Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right. Let's see here. Second Maccabees chapter 7 verse 20. This is the Greek captivity. Okay. Let me just read all this. This is the mother with the 7 sons. Second Maccabees chapter 7. I'm gonna read the whole thing. All right. Let me slow roll this. Cause this right here, we need to know this type of stuff. We need to know what kind of people we come from. All right. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh and were tormented with scourges and whips. Sound like slavery, don't it? But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our father. Verse 3. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spoke first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, and the rest of his brethren and mother looking on, just like slavery. Hang you up on a tree, put a fire up on you, start cutting your limbs off, mutilating you. The same people. Let me keep going. Verse 5. Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus. See, while one of the brothers and the mother's son is being tortured in front of them, they are exhorting one another, telling them to be strong. Be strong. Keep the faith. See, and Yahweh God looketh, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us. As Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. All right. So when the first was dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. Oh, they thought they done put fear in him now. See. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with their hair, and they talk about Indian scalping folks. They talking about the natives were savages. It's them. It's them. And I told y'all before, my grandmama and them come from this land. My granddaddy come from Africa. My grandmama and them was already on this land. I told y'all before. Let me keep going. All right. Talking about some scalping and some savages. Right here, they pulled off the skin of his head with their hair. They asked him, will thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of your body? You gonna eat this swine? If not, we finna kill you. We gonna torture you. All right, but he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life, but the king of this world shall raise us up who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. After him was the third made a mocking stock. Mocking stock. Some of us scared to be mocked. See, we done got soft. Some of us worried about what people gonna say about us. You know, you got to admit where you're at, so you can see where you're at in the mirror, and then your path will be clearer. But let's go. Verse 11. And he said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them. Hold on, let me see. I'm reading something. Okay. And after him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. In other words, he wasn't hesitating. He wasn't hesitating, okay? And said courageously, these I had from heaven. He had his tongue in his hand. And for his laws, I despise them. And for the laws, he despised his hands and his tongue for the Most High law. See that? And from him I hope and receive them again. Inasmuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded his pain. He ain't thinking about the pain. He thinking about the Most High. All right. Now, when this man was dead, also they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men to look for hope from YAH to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Darn barbarians. We got black folks, they done took this out the Bible. We got black folks running around thinking they Greeks. But nevertheless, that's why we do what we do. We bring the light, we bring clarity. All right. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou dost what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of YAH. The Most High ain't forgot about us. It's in the word. Once you understand the word, you know the word, and you see what's going on, we right on schedule. See? Okay. Some of us gonna die, it's in the word. Some of us die for colors, red or blue. Some of us die for women. We go out here and risk our lives for women or men, sleeping around with people, wives and husbands. You'll die for that. But the Most High, you won't die for the Most High, huh? I'm just, let me keep going. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. He said, keep living. The Most High gonna torture you and your seed. Somebody got inside knowledge on the future. Okay. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause. For we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us. Daniel wrote about this. Moses wrote about this. The Messiah wrote about this. This is before the Messiah. Okay? But let me keep going. All right. But think not thou that taketh in hand to strive against YAH, that thou shalt escape unpunished. You see these heathens out here doing all this wickedness to us, they are not getting away unpunished. They scared now. They scared now. All right, let me keep going. If you got your stuff together, why you scared? Huh? All right, but the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with good courage because of the hope that she had in YAH. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb. For I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. I didn't put you in I don't know how you got in my womb. I don't know how the Most High did that. I didn't give you breath. I didn't give you life. I didn't form your members. I didn't form your body. Think about that right quick. You don't get to choose your parents. You don't get to choose your DNA. You don't get to choose your eye color, your height. The Most High chooses that. Before I formed thee in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah chapter 1. Let's keep going. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. He gave it once, he'll give it again. as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. You know, people, let me use this. You know, people go out here reckless, you know, do stuff, do dumb stuff, putting their life on the line, right? How much more if we should have to not regard our life for the Most High? We want to be careful when it comes to the Most High. We got to renew that mind. See, I did a lot of reckless things, and I'm surprised I'm still alive. So I shouldn't be scared when I know that I'm doing the Most High's will and work. I shouldn't be worried about no death. When I wasn't worried about death, when I was out here living for myself. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. And according to your faith, be it unto you. There's also Bible verses that say, pray that ye be able to escape. But if you ain't living righteous and holy and pure, you ain't going to escape. Okay? Walk the word. All right, now. As ye now regard not your own lives for his law's sake. Now, Antiochus, this is that's that wicked root. All right. Now, Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech. So they didn't understand the Hebrew she was speaking. All right. If it was, he would have known. He wouldn't have had to think. He'd have knew. Thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by word, but also assured him with oath that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. Now, so the king, he mad. Ain't nobody bending and bowing and kowtowing. He trying to get the last son to sell out. Talking about he gonna be his friend. You couldn't be my friend. You done killed my family. You ain't nothing to talk about. Look, let me read it again. Now, Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oath, making promises that he would make him both a rich and happy man if he would turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. Now, I'm gonna tell you something else. You kill somebody close to somebody, that'll backfire on you. I'm a living witness. I lost people close to me, and I wasn't worried about no dying. It just, the Most High just put a hedge around me, and I didn't do nothing stupid, and didn't get killed. I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody died close to you, and you really love them. Some people ain't gonna want to live. You might well go on and kill them. I know because I've lived it. And I had to keep those thoughts in check. My brother died on my birthday. My mother died on Christmas Eve, 1994. And my baby sister. So yeah, I got reason not to worry about no holidays and birthdays. I mean, I'm thankful I see another year, but I had to keep those thoughts in the captivity into the word of the Most High. All right, because I ain't going back. But let me keep going. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. Now he's trying to get to the mother, trying to pull on them heartstrings. And I think maybe, yeah, but yeah, he's trying to get the mother he trying to turn the mother. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she bowed herself toward him, laughing. The cruel tyrant to scorn spake in her country language on this manner: O my son, have pity upon me that I bear thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. Now, this is a side note. He was on the breast. Let me see what it said. have pity on me. 9 months in the womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee. Now that seems like I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on that. It seemed like back in the old days, they didn't wean them till after 3 years. I might do a little bit more. Y'all correct me on that. And brought thee up into this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is in therein, and consider that Yah made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death. She's instructing her son. Don't worry about, don't fear this tormentor. But being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. Yeah, because you know something, if you go against the Most High's commandment, yeah, hell bound. But nevertheless, if you endure to the end, you shall be saved. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? What you waiting on? What you waiting on? I will not obey the king's commandment. He start torturing, get to killing. What you waiting on? But I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yah, for we suffer because of our sins. And though the living Lord be angry with us for a little while, for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. Also, he didn't spare the Messiah. He didn't spare the Messiah. The Messiah said, follow him. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yah. For thou have not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty Yah, whom seeth all things. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under Yah's covenant of everlasting life, but thou through the judgment of Yah shalt receive just punishment for thy pride. But I, as for my brethren, offered up my body and my life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching Yah that he would speedily be merciful to our nation, and that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God. And that in me and my brethren, the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may cease. Then the king, being in a rage, handed him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled, and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and extreme torture. Our people died because they didn't want to keep Caesar's feast. You understand, family? You understand? But all right, family. I just want to read. I read that the Most High didn't promise none of us wasn't gonna die. You see the word, but he gonna give us strength. We're gonna have to rest in him. You're gonna have to be holy. Sometimes death come upon us because we are wicked, because we are rebellious, because we backslid. And that's what brings us that judgment. See. All right, family. Shalom.
When I think about your goodness, Yahshua, and what you've done for me. Oh, I don't deserve anything you've done for me, and I don't deserve that you laid your life for me. Over and over, I let you down. Over and over, you stayed around. Unconditionally, you keep on loving me, loving me. That's why you are so holy. That's why you are holy. That's why you are holy. Oh yeah, you are holy. I'm calling you Yah the Mighty. You are Yah the Mighty. Heaven ain't going to heaven, ain't going to heaven. You better watch your mouth when you're talking about who it is you reppin'. There are crazy people who seduce you for your soul. Everything that glitters don't always turn to gold. Whoa. Sometimes it's hard to believe when you're going through it. Trying to give my very best, so I'm trying to keep the faith. I know you got my back, I don't have to worry. You don't ever sleep, 'cause you are holy. You are holy. You are holy. You are holy. And you're oh so Almighty. You are so